Welcome to Deep Thought. Master your world. What is your world? Your world is the space that you command. The space, and that space starts from within, because your main world is your mind. That's the first world that in the main world you need to master. Now, it's not easy as it sounds, though. Let's be real with it. Let's be real, because you have so many forces. You have the government through education systems and laws who try to influence how you think. You have different religious organizations and religious leaders and text and everything, or they'll use these religious texts to try to influence how you think. You have the media, and the media is especially full of it, because the media, in many cases, in the majority of cases, is not to educate you or to free you, but to pump propaganda into your mind to get you to support the programs or the missions or the goals of whatever group paid to have that propaganda put on. When y'all get a chance during any TV show that has commercials or news shows, or indeed, even pay attention to what's shown in different entertainment, and I use the quotations, entertainment programs. Pay attention to what you're seeing. There's always something. But you have to fight all of that, because ultimately it's about your world. Because even with all of this, you still have a choice. You still have a choice. And in this day and age, you need to exercise that choice. You need to exercise what's going into your mind. You need to think critically, because it's about your world. And like I said, the first place is you got to master it is within. Then you can extend that without. When I say without, outside of yourself. Indeed, your world is on small levels influenced by you, your overall world. Because, all right, say you get a certain type of car and you might put some air freshener in there, or you might get like some seat covers. That's your world. When you in your home or wherever you stay at, it could be a room in some house, someplace. It could be I forgot that word. That thing that's just below the one bedroom. I never lived in one of them. But, it could be a one bedroom place. It could be a big old house. It could be a big old house on 20 acres of land. You are extending your world. Now, I know people might get into who owns it or anything, but you control that world. That's the key thing. That's the key thing. And how you decorate things, how you arrange things, how you keep it clean, how you don't keep it clean. That's an extension ultimately of inside of you. And you know how I go off on tangents on here because it's a stream of consciousness channel. But I remember when I visited a nice young lady, very physically attractive, when I saw her outside of her place. But when I saw her place, I got a great insight into her because it reflected her world. Yeah, the joint was a mess. That joint was a mess. So, but it reflected that. But whatever the case, mess, squeaky clean, whatever the case, it's your world. And you have to master that world. You have to master that world. You have control over that world. You are the God of that world. Starting from the inside of you, starting from your mindset, you have to move forward. You have to say, you know what, I got control over the information that comes in. Because even with the government, even with religion, even with the media, you still got control over what goes in. Like I always say, when you watch something, and whenever I watch something, even if it's science fiction, I always send a question. When it's going in my subconscious, I send a critical question with it. I send it with something. I don't just take it at face value. I'll say, well, how can they do that? How can a man fly? Oh, those must be wires or something. My friends when I was young as a teenager, my friends used to hate taking me to the movies, or they go with me to the movies. Say, okay, Rom, you gotta be quiet because something happened. I remember it was Rocky 3, and somebody say, "Dang, how did he beat Rocky like that?" And Ron was like, it was in the script. And like, okay, Ron, you spoiling this for us. But say I didn't, because believe it or not, people are influenced by what they see on TV. Your subconscious don't know the difference between something being a soap opera and something being a real news show. It's just taking in the information and it says it's all true, no matter what. But you got to master your world to the point where you question that, even if it seems like it's true. And that's the important thing. And, every single man and woman needs to work to do that. You need to work on what goes inside of your mind. You have to. You don't have any choice in the matter. Because, like I said, what goes in your mind is reflected in your outer world. And you don't know how that's going to affect. It affects how you decorate your surroundings. It affects how you dress. Indeed, on a real deeper level. On a deeper level, and that would have to be just a totally other video. Now, it even affects how you physically look. That's still your world. Because, okay, let me use an example for that. When someone works out, they're in shape, they got muscles, their body's nice, all of that. That's a reflection of their world, because it takes the action start in your brain. You made a conscious effort to work out. So whatever results you get from it is a reflection of how you think. Always understand that. You understand that basic thing? Boom. And this is very important. But the thing is, you have to master it before you do anything else. If you have a dream to do something in the outside world, if you have a dream to do something, before you can really make that dream come true, you got to master your mind, your world, and then look to expand that world. I want y'all to think on what I just said, and that's all I have for now. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.